Mike Tomlin's back is what I heard. Yeah. There we go. Tom Diggs, this happened literally as soon as we got off the air yesterday.
Yeah, Coach T back. Coach T is a leader of men, and I would be an idiot if I said I wasn't happy that Coach T was back, because who would I be to question him and his great coaching career and every single player?
Well, you already have done that.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that.
You did that a lot this year. Mm-hmm. Not him directly, but like the whole
alluding.
We'll get there. Who would I be to question all the players in the league that say he's a great coach? TJ Watt said it when he was going through his contract talks. He said, hey, Mike T needs to be my coach. Cam Hayward said it, who's a great player. Listen, Mike T gets the boys up to play, okay? Love Mike T's back. If there are not, I almost swore, if there are not changes other places and we just roll out the same thing that we did the last 5 years, I'm going to lose my mind, okay?
Tone.
Diggs.
What do you mean? We've been above 500 17 years straight.
Great.
Yeah, he has such a good fit on him, too. You should see himself.
Thank you.
Looks amazing.
You do look real cowboy today.
Yeah.
Being above 500, that's cool. You know what's cool is winning playoff games. That's not even cool. Winning Super Bowls is cool.
Amen.
Okay? Everything else doesn't matter. So in the current situation, we haven't done that since 2017 when we lost to the Patriots in the AFC Championship.
Oh!
You guys are a long way away from that.
Yeah, we are.
So are
Still
we.
won that.
So are we. Even
Still
though
won that.
it feels like we're closer, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the second or third pick or the 18th pick, does it? And at the end of the year, 31 teams are going to be disappointed, and it doesn't feel like we're close to being that one team that's not disappointed. But I don't think Coach T is that issue. But there are, a lot of people blame the Rooneys that they will not pay, elite coordinators, and that's not Coach T's fault. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but that is definitely what a lot of Pittsburgh thinks. So if they go out and, not saying the coordinators need to get fired or anything like that, but there needs to be some reinvigoration of some things there.
A couple of the guys we went to high school with after the interview with Lombardi yesterday, where Lombardi said, if you think you're going to find a better coach than Mike Tomlin, good luck. And that's kind of how everybody talks about Mike Tomlin. A couple guys from our high school said, okay, maybe we don't find somebody better, but maybe we'll go better than 9-8. 10-7 for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
We are about fed up with it. But a lot of people say the same thing. They say Tomlin's able to get above 500 with that roster.
Sure.
With that roster. How come the conversation's always about how crappy the roster is and how shitty the team is? Do you think Tomlin ever thinks about that? And isn't Tomlin a massive piece of picking the roster, or is he hands off with that?
No.
How do they make a change, you think? How does this whole thing evolve?
He is not hands off. He's very much hands on with the draft and everything like that. And I think Omar Khan, who's come in and done very well with the draft so far. The draft wasn't great the few years before Omar stepped in. I don't know. Maybe make a free agent move every once in a while. And they've done free agent move, but like an actual free agent move, like something that. And don't be like, oh, well, we drafted this guy, so we got to stick with this guy forever. And it just the status quo.
No, that's loyalty, remember?
That's right.
They can grandstand on loyalty.
It's the Steelers' way.
And consistency. You can always do that.
Which worked for them for a long, long time. But, like, it's not working right now. This is different. This is a new NFL.
9-year NFL vet joining us for the third straight day for the 19th straight week.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, host of the Man to Man podcast and Everything DB presents Good D, Bad D, Darius J. Butler. D-Bo, you look awesome today.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you do.
Came in bright red. It's real cold outside. Everybody's spirits were lifted when he came in wearing this onesie.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
You look awesome. Do you know the name of the designer, or are we just going to...
Palm Angels.
Okay.
The brand. I don't know who the designer is, but that's the brand.
Do you remember the last designer we talked about?
Who is that?
Ty.
Oh,
What was her name?
That art
Susai.
sweatshirt.
Susai.
Yeah.
Dog.
Silent T.
Hey, you were grandstanding on how cultured you were. This is the fashion designer. Sutai. It's on your shirt. T-S-A-I.
Yep.
That was bad. I
You
actually
sure
met her a
that's
few
Sue
times,
Tai?
too.
Yeah, that's the song.
That looks like Psy. That looks like Sutai.
Sutai.
And immediately after the show, by the way, name is Psy. Yeah. She was. Hey, your fits this year, you should feel very proud of.
Oh, yeah.
What you put on display here, but also the football acumen in which you've displayed every single day that you've joined us. We're very grateful for. I see the hockey hat on. That's because we have Marc-Andre Fleury joining us in about 30 minutes or so.
Legend.
Minnesota Wild, formerly of the Vegas Golden Knights, formerly of the Pittsburgh Penguins, where he was a three-time Stanley Cup champion. And now he's the number 2 most winning goalie in the history of hockey. He's a friend of the program, actually, has been on before. He's also been on Hockey Talk in the past, which was Nick, and you quit on it halfway through.
Wasn't that
season,
cute?
so you don't even count. Anyways, he's
a big part of that.
He's fantastic, dude. Funny gentleman. He'll be joining us and chit-chatting about the season. He's potentially getting traded.
Ooh.
But in hockey, that's one of those things that's just kind of like, I think, openly discussed, and you kind of know because their team is sitting 8 points out of the playoffs, I believe. He's going to be in a hunt because he's playing great hockey, obviously. How many more years does he left? He didn't say he wanted to win a Stanley Cup. That's the only place he wants to go. He actually wants to play meaningful minutes somewhere. But whenever you're at that stage of your career, you're always going to be talked about potentially being on the move. Anyways, love the hat. Let's go back to Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's sticking around in Pittsburgh. I think Diggs kind of alluded to this. He said, I have no idea what the future looks like, but I know pretty much exactly what's going to happen. Mike Tomlin staying in Pittsburgh is the most Pittsburgh Steelers move of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Only 3 coaches in the last 60 years there.
Yep.
So they are a very consistent bunch. Mike Tomlin will be able to find, you think, a championship team again in Pittsburgh? How do you think that whole thing works? And what do you think the team kind of views this decision going forward? I assume every player in the locker room is pumped about this, that Mike Tomlin's back. But how do you end the season better, which has been the issue with Pittsburgh?
I mean, every player you talk to or you've been around, most of them, overwhelmingly, most of them will say they love Mike T, love playing for him. Obviously, the standard is standard. You got to find a quarterback. You got to find a quarterback. And Kenny Pickett, obviously, he drafted him a couple years ago. People still, hey, is he the guy? Is he not the guy? Maybe he needs a new coordinator. I think they have done a pretty good job, especially drafting wide receivers. The offensive line was an issue. They played better towards the end of the year. Defensively, a lot of people, because of the turnovers and what T.J. Watt does and Highsmith on the other side, I think it's a lot of holes on that defense as well. But you need a quarterback in this league. You look at the quarterbacks that are left now in these final 8.
First round, 7th round.
Yep.
So I might have did 8 first rounders there. There's 8 teams. Just know that 7 of them.
Yep.
First round.
And that 7th rounder is a very, very good player in a really, really good offensive system, and obviously, surrounded by great players.
Go on, D-Butt.
Saying you need a system. It all works together. You need players. You need a system. You need guys going to spend the money and put the team together like Lynch has done. So,
Agree completely. And I'm a big fan of Brock Purdy and how he plays. And would he be this in another system that maybe did stink? And probably not. Nobody probably could have success in some places the way it looks around the NFL. But that one over there is beautiful. And the fact that they go 10-7, 9-8 every single year puts them in a spot in the draft where you're never going to potentially get it, which is like a purgatory, I guess, which is what the Steelers fans feel.